Just a quick show. Welcome to my show. Today is Tuesday, June the 17th, 2025. You heard about R. Kelly, right? He has rushed to the hospital after being overdose, and yeah, you heard him. He has serving 30 days in prison. Serving 30 years in prison. Well, and yes, hope he's okay. But anyway, it's kind of scary. R. Kelly has been overdosed, being rushed to the hospital. Things happen. He was in North Carolina. R. Kelly is in North Carolina prison, but no prison, as you always call it about. We always talking about this before, but anyway, seems kind of scary, just a little bit. And I don't know whether they give R. Kelly or something like that. So, man, I heard the news this morning, and we're gonna go for this right now, real quickly, folks. This is what happens when you just can't happen. It is what it is. We're going to the CBS News right now, and I'm gonna read this to everybody, and I'm gonna read this to everybody right now. Man, R&B singer R. Kelly is back in solitary confinement in a North Carolina prison after being hospitalized over an apparent drug overdose, according to a felon from his lawyer, who has doubled down on claims that officials with the local board of prisons are partnering to kill his colleague in a motor for a house scene. Oh my goodness. Kelly, born Robert Sylvester Kelly, was taken to Duke University Hospital in Durham, North Carolina. After a lethal level of his medication was given to him, prison officials, where he is serving time at the Federal Correctional Institute factory in Butner, North Carolina. According to court documents filed by Kelly's authority on Tuesday, Mr. Kelly needs this court's intervention. His life actually depends on it. Well, Bella Brandy, the inmate and singles authority. According to the family, the 58-year-old woke up on June 13th with black spots in his vision. Kelly tried to get up, but fell to the ground. He then crawled into the door of the cell and lost consciousness. The filing states, the document alleges, that prison staff had given him an overdose quantity of medication on June 12th. He was taken to Duke University Hospital. After medical officials at the prison were unable to assist him. Kelly remaining in the hospital for 2 days and was set to have surgery for blood clots. According to his authority, which will remain in the hospital for 2 weeks. However, when officers assigned to Kelly at the hospital informed FCI Butler officials of this. Within an hour, officers with guns came into his hospital room and removed him. Before the overdose, Kelly had been placed in solitary confinement after his authorities alerted the court to the ambulance pilot to kill him in an emergency motion filed last week, which is started that 3 Baltimore prison officials were involved in a murder for hire pilot that would see the Grammy-winning singer killed by another inmate. The motion asked that he be moved to harm the destiny, which has been requested and rejected by Glenn Stone. The man who illegally was offering freedom to kill the singer told Kelly that his life was absolutely in danger. The court finally states, yeah, federal officers have certified the murder of R. Kelly because he intends to expose the corruption on downing his federal prosecutions. We have filed a motion to make sure that they fail. Brandley wrote in a statement. The burden of prison is not communicated of the mail. Telling the president in relation. The Hollywood Reporter has reached out to Brandley for an additional comment on his finding, but did not immediately held back on Tuesday, and that was today. How did this happen? Why did they want to kill R. Kelly? We all know that he's overdosed, and boy, it's kind of scary to me. But what has happened? He has served 30 years in prison for doing something that really happened up there in Chicago. And now today, I mean, it's kind of bad, really bad up there when you're in prison. Well, hey, why did everybody try to do to R. Kelly like this? It's just happening. And they plotted to kill him? Boy, that is a really, really, really a shame. Definitely a damn shame for everybody. But hey, it is what it is. And it's just, I mean, it's happening so far when you're in prison. And then something that happened to you. And then something happened to you real fast. I mean, it's just not right. It's just not right. Well, hey, it is what it is. Now, R. Kelly is serving his 30-year prison sentence as a result of his convictions on racketeering and sex trafficking charges. And it says this now. R. Kelly was convicted on federal charges in separate trials in 2021 and 2022. He has been serving out his 30-year prison sentence at the Federal Correctional Institution in Butler, North Carolina. This, the disgraceful rapper is seeking employment after claiming that three officials were the board of prison plotting his murder. R. Kelly has been serving his 30-year sentence in prison since he was convicted on federal charges, including racketeering and sex trafficking, in 2021 and 2022. Disgraced R&B singer, whose real name is Robert Sylvester Kelly, is resigning at the Federal Correctional Institution in Butler, North Carolina in 2021. He was convicted on counts of racketeering, sex trafficking, child pornography, and enslavement in a New York court. The following year, a Chicago jury convicted him of producing a child pornography and instituting a model to engage in sexual activity. However, Kelly is seeking a parental or sentence communication from President Donald Trump at the Ilani in an emergency filing that three officials with the Board of Prison plotted his murder. We are in open discussions with people close to President Trump, and those discussions have expanded and intensified since we filed our motion. Kelly's authority, Bob B. Bradley, told people on June 12, we believe that President Trump is the only person with the courage to help us. 1 week after filing the emergency motion, Kelly's lawyers claimed that he overdosed on medication that prison staff gave him, according to the filing on Billion by USA Today. His authorities, Fisher, annually that Kelly was hospitalized on June 13th. That was 4 days ago after receiving an overdose quality of his anxiety and sleep medication. Kelly was convicted of separate crimes in two different trials. In September 2021, Kelly was convicted of reckless sexual explosion of children, forced labor, and sex trafficking after a 6-week trial in New York. All Kelly lose his fame, fortune, and enables to prey on the long, the vulnerable, and the voiceless for his own sexual gratification. While many turn a blind peace, the United States Authority for the Eastern District of New York said in a statement, though his actions, Kelly exhibited a causing disregard for the devastation his crimes had on his victims and has shown no remorse for his conduct. A 4 months after his New York trial, Kelly was convicted on 3 counts of producing of child pornography and 3 counts of incident and moral to engage in sexual anxiety in the Chicago trial in September 2022. The damage Mr. Kelly inflicted on his victims is immeasurable. U.S. Authority John R. Lawrence, Jr. said in a statement, I want to thank the victims for their strength, for survivors, and courage in coming forward to testify at trial. Haley received 2 different sentences for both of his convictions, but he was served most of them concurrently. In June 2022, he was first sentenced to 30 years in federal prison after his trial in New York. With today's sentence, he has finally and apparently been held accountable for his decades of abuse, explosion, and disregard of teenagers and other vulnerable lone people. He said at that time, we hope that today's sentence brings some measure of comfort and closure to the victims. After he was convicted in Chicago, Kelly was discretionary sentenced to 20 years in federal prison in September 2022. However, 19 years of his second sentence will be served concurrently. With today's sentence, a sexual predator is being held accountable for the years of abuse he inflicted on minor victims, Lesson said at the time. Kelly used his celebrity and wealth to attract and vitalize long girls, and to obstructing poor criminal proceedings intends to end his disreputable conduct. Kelly is serving his sentence at the Federal Competition Instruction in Butler, North Carolina. The former singer was transferred to the Miller Security Federal Prison, also known as FCI Butler Miller, in April 2023. He intended to begin his sentence at the Montpelier Court Center in Chicago in February 2023, but he was transferred to FCI Butler Miller in April 2023, according to the Association Press. During his time behind bars, Kelly has primarily spoke out to his authorities. However, he broke his silence for the first time by calling into the MAT with AAP podcast in March 2025. Kelly said he felt great in prison while singing his 1998 song, Well, Women's Fed Up. He also revealed that he has continued singing in white music and claiming that he's written like a 25 albums behind bars. Well, singing is a beautiful disease. That's incurable, he said. That's not gonna happen. Stopping singing. I don't care where I'm at. I'm always singing. I'm always writing. Right now, I'm just working on getting out. I'm using penalties as a temp right now. Now, Kelly is serving his 30-day sentence at FCI Butler, Miller I, North Carolina. But he's trying to get pulled on his sentence committed. In June 2025 this month, people are building in an emergency motion filed by Kelly's lawyers in which they claim that three officials were the burner of prison plotted to have fellow inmate Mola Kelly. Kelly's authority, Barnaby Bradley, alleged that Kelly's inmate Michael Glenn's son was asked to kill Kelly. The emergency file also included a dedication from Stein, where he claimed that officials told him that he would give a chance to escape from custody and live his final months as a free man. Stein was illegally diagnosed with terminal cancer ahead of his legal agreement. However, Stein illegally told Kelly about the pilot after he had a change of heart. The Board of Prison decided to commit. Kelly's law brought in a motion that district relief is wanted to protect Kelly's life. He wrote, Mr. Kelly continued incorrectly while he knows his life is in jeopardy, constitutes court, and unusual punishment. One day after Bradley filed the motion, he alleged that Kelly was punished. He told people on June 11, immediately after all motion became public, Robert was drawn into solely confinement. He cannot make phone calls to his family. He has no access to communities. He has spiders crawling over him while he tries to sleep. As a result of the Atlanta moral pilot, Bradley subsequently called on President Trump to step in and pardon or commit Kelly's sentence. He is not safe in federal custody, Bradley told people. Trump has not responded to the request, but he previously said during an Oval Office press brief in May that he essentially considered pandering Sean Diddy Combs, if he was convicted of similar such crimes. Diddy is currently facing related charges in the ongoing sex trafficking trial. Shortly after Kelly and his authorities made the allegations, Kelly litigated overdose on medication given to him by prison staff. His lawyers filed another motion on June 17, in which they claimed that Kelly was given an overdose quantity on his normal anxiety and sleep medication dosages on June 12. According to USA Today, the alleged overdose result in Kelly's needed to be hospitalized after feeling faint and dizzy on June 13. He started to see black spots in his vision. Mr. Kelly tried to get up, but fell to the ground. The motion read, he crawled to the door, on the cell, and lost consciousness. After a 2-day stay at Duke University Hospital in North Carolina, Kelly was reportedly removed from office. Kelly was reportedly removed by officers despite needed surgery for the ongoing blood clot issue. Within an hour, officers with guns came into his hospital room and removed the final claim Kelly's life is in jeopardy right now because the borough of Princeton's denied his necessary surgery to clear clots from his lungs. He could die from this condition, and they are letting it happen. The borough of Princeton decided to comment on the allegations, but federal prosecutors had slammed Kelly for being a master manipulator. This is how it is. Look, Kelly is in the hospital right now. He's going to have surgery on the blood clot, and it was man. But I hope he's alive. But look, well, no, back in 2019, I look, I watched it. I watched all of it, and Kelly is just about to go off up there crying and whining and it was on CBS interview. That was about 6 years ago. Kelly was crying, whining, and complaining, and talking about y'all killing into this. You know what? And he said he's given 30 years in his career. And when it happened like that, look, they all know that. Boom! Kelly's in prison, and you all know that they don't want to listen to R. Kelly anymore. They don't want to listen to R. Kelly's music. They don't want to listen to R. Kelly's music. Because, R. Kelly's music has been called off. No R. Kelly music. And the people are happy about it. So anyway, it knows how it goes. They pressed charges on Kelly, put him in prison as he served 30 days. And then 4 days ago, that was on June 11th, he was overdosed. They had to take R. Kelly to the hospital, and they had to have surgery. But he couldn't die to this. R. Kelly should never know. And I don't know that R. Kelly, and that people say, I really don't know R. Kelly was in prison, but that's what happened. So why did they want to kill R. Kelly? No, they had three officials wanted to probably kill R. Kelly. I really don't know. But we'll get it up there. We're going to get it up there as soon as more as we can on R. Kelly for right now. But right now, this is, that's really a shame for the internet doesn't happen. R. Kelly, he couldn't die in prison. He couldn't die in prison for real. They're trying to get him out. So R. Kelly is in prison in Duke University Hospital. He'll be in the hospital in 2 weeks. Until then, I'm Joshua Crudup. Like me on Facebook. Like me on YouTube. See you on YouTube. Also, see all the videos on the Joshua Crudup Show and become a member. Become a fan of the Joshua Crudup Show if you don't mind. And see you on TikTok. Till then, I'm Joshua Crudup. Hope you had a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Let's think about it tomorrow and we'll see it. But anyway, we'll get an update as much as we can for R. Kelly real soon. Until then, take care everybody and God bless.